So I'm going to talk about what I've got planned for the year. Uh, Starting these next month is still working on ceramic molds. We're getting the shelving built. We still haven't finished building the shelving, and I think we'll be into that into the month of April and into the end of April. Work on shelving and moving the ceramic molds. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to be working in charcoal for my sculpture of my daughter, and working that in the drawings on that until about June. In June, I'll pick up uh, paper model work for that sculpture. And in May, a lot of glazed materials will arrive, and I'll get into formulating and mixing different colors and testing glazes. So I'm going to do a lot of glaze testing in May, uh, and into June, I'll be testing glazes and creating glazes. Probably into July, I'll be creating glazes. And by late July, I should be able to purchase clay. May orders going to be glaze, and clay should be ordered by around late July or mid August, somewhere around there. I'll have the money for clay, and clay is going to be dry clay this time. I'm going to purchase. I'm just going to make a clay slurry with water. Mix the materials for the clay, and then make a clay slurry with water. And then the clay slurry is going to be dry. Let it settle to the bottom of the bucket, and scoop the water off the top, and then the sludge we're going to put it on plaster slabs and reclaim it just like reclaim and make it just like reclaimed clay is made. And then I'm going to store it for 6 months in a bag before I sell it. Let it rest. It needs to rest after it was mixed about 6 months, or it'll be a little bit short and it'll tear on the wheel. You don't want it to tear, so you store it about 6 months. It'll be fully mixed, and we should be able. We're going to make it in 10-pound bags of clay, and the glazes I'm going to sell them in pints for $8 a pint. Mixed like it's not as thick as a pint when you buy it from the store for $16, but it makes a pint for $8. And I'm going to have my own colors. So these colors will be any range of color, and I'm going to have a supply of 5-gallon buckets of colors. So um, uh, all these are going to be glaze tested in May and June, July. Then after around, I guess in August when the clay arrives, I'll be working in clay. So I'll start working in clay and make mostly items for International Festival first. That's in November, and then Christmas will be after that, and then we'll start the next year. So I've got most of the ceramic work I'm doing is being pushed off until August or July really. And I do have a planned trip for August. I'm not sure whether I will be going on it to deliver pottery in St. Louis, Denver, Fort Collins, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So I've got a road trip planned to go deliver pottery to people in all those areas. And I do want to go to Virginia also in the meantime. Sometime soon in the next 2 months, I'd like to go to Virginia and see my friend Dustin and give him some pottery. But I do have enough materials for that. It's just um, I have about 100 pounds of clay, but I'm not buying wet clay anymore, and I'm not buying any wet materials for glaze, and I'm not buying glaze materials that are uh, pre-mixed. I'm gonna have my own mixture of glazes. So, and this sculpture in June, I'll be getting into the paper models by probably October. I'm not sure. October, I'll be into doing the rest of starting the construction of that sculpture, and that's going to be on the side burner, not full time working on the sculpture of Eva. But I hope to have the sculpture of Eva done by Christmas and be into the metal by October because after the July August purchase, I should have enough materials, enough money to jump into the sculpture. But the sculpture's at the end of the year, so it's mostly from October to December. Push that till the end of the year. And first on the plate right now is still waiting, moving these ceramic molds. I have a heart condition right now where I have to go to get a heart cath in about a week and possibly a stent, and not doing any kind of heavy lifting right now, but so it's kind of on delay. But sooner or later, I'll be able to get back into the yard and move these molds around and get the shelving built. And then in the meantime, I got charcoal drawings I can do. So that's the plans for this year. So I've got to get on the ball with the charcoal drawings. I will make some sort of shorts on the website, on the YouTube channel, uh, of the charcoal drawings. Not me drawing, but completed drawings. We'll go over them and discuss them and say, "Oh, I like the way this is turning out for the such and such reason in the sculpture." So, and another big thing is materials. We're going to have really good prices on materials. I'm going to sell 10-pound bags of clay and pints of glaze. And my goal is to beat all the local prices and have something that's portable when it comes to the clay. Because these 50-pound boxes are overwhelming. We need 20-pound boxes with 2 bags of clay. All right, that's it for this stream. Do you have any suggestions of what would be a good project for the year? Something epic? I don't know. Comment below.